Hi guys, my name is Reggie Ryder and we are going to be making a DIY photo album book out of a binder or a folder. And so, this is what it may look like when it's done. I'm just using this for example, and I'll show you what mine looks like because I did this before. Mine looks like this. That's me. Yippee! And we will show you how you do that. Anyways, the materials you need for this will be a folder, any kind of folder that you may have used in like 3rd or 4th or 5th grade, and that you saved up, and you can use a binder. I recommend a folder because folders keep almost everything in there safe. For binders, if you want them out, and for binders it might rip, but just saying. And I got my photos, all my photos. You need scissors to cut the photos to make sure they fit into the paper, which you need designing paper, which is right here. All the designing paper you will need. I'm just grabbing all of them. What? Okay, hold on guys. The video will be on pause for a bit, so I'll just pause the video until it says 30 on it. Alright guys, so here we go. So I'm taking all of these designing papers, even the Christmas colored ones. I'm doing this. I'm putting them right here. And the ingredients, again, you will need a folder, your photos that you want, a Sharpie, scissors to cut the photo, maybe this kind of glue if it doesn't stick very well with these kinds of glue. So yeah, I always use this one because it sticks more often. And so yeah, and I will show you what my other album looks like after we're done with this in the next video. So anyways, we are gonna take our photo for the front if you want. I'm gonna for the front. This is gonna be for the front. So you gotta make sure it fits on the front of your folder, like that. And so then here I'm gonna have to face it in like that. And so then what you do next is that you flip it over like you always do when you're gluing. Take like this kind of glue if you wanted to, and start gluing. And if it's clogged, take your scissors and take the shortest end. No, not a scissors. I mean a pen or a pencil to poke out at the top if air won't come out. That's what I always do when my glue is clogged. And you always want to get a dot like that on it. And so I wipe it off on my carpet. And so then you take your glue and then you just put it on like this. And with that glue, and with the orange part of the glue, you scrape it everywhere. That way you don't get wet marks. Get out. Sorry, that was my dog who screwed up everything I had in. So then if you don't have enough, you can just put a little bit more on and scrub everywhere where you want glue. Sorry guys, I do not know how to fast forward in slow-mo when on an iPhone because it's my brand new phone. Then I leave it open for if I need it again. And so then you flip it over like you normally would do for gluing, and you put it however you want it on. But if you have a 3-hole punch binder, not a binder, folder, you can put this in your binder. That way it can be a memory forever. And so there's my front cover. And if you have some extra parts like this, take your glue and just put it there. And don't scrub. Just scrape it along. There. I have it at all 4 corners, so don't mind what I'm doing. So, there we go. It might be wet right there because I like putting on too much glue. And so let's put, there's a big space right here. And a big space right here. And you want to make sure that your folder is empty, like mine is. Mine might have a few words in it because I wrote in it when I was younger, but you can erase, like if you have a folder that has anything written down here and you want to erase that with your pencil, what I'm going to do, because you pencil or anything that will erase. So, that's what I'm doing. And so yeah, there you go. Now for the rest of the photos, you want, for like this one, you want to cut along the edge or to shorten it up to get more room for like this one. For like this one, I want to paint on one paper. You have to shorten it up. So here I'm gonna show you if I want both ice creams on this one sheet of paper, on this one green paper, I had to cut this shorter. So I will show you that. So you take your scissors, then you cut it. You cut the outlines first. You cut along the base first, like I did. Then you cut along where you want it to be short. My favorite kind of dessert is ice cream. That's why I'm putting it in my photo album. And I'm not the only one here making a photo album. I have my best friend here, but she's not right here in the house right now. So, yeah, she's over at her house doing stuff. Don't dare look up my address of where I live. And so, that's what you get for mine. And then you take your one sheet, and then you glue it on like you normally would. And you want to make sure that you have room at the top. That way if you wanted to write quotes, I'd say you can leave about 1 inch of room up there. That way you can leave quotes. And yeah, quotes and dates of the day you did this. That's what I do all the time. Not all the time, but... And you want to do exactly the same thing that you did with the big sheet of paper, but smaller strokes and one little scrape. There you go. Get out. And then you put it back where you want it. I leave about bigger spaces. That way, if I had any more, that way, if I wanted to write more, I could. And as you see, I still have those little loose ends. For what I'm gonna do next with this is that I'm gonna cut it to go. That way, it can overlap it. What? Sorry, guys. Pause this for about 30 seconds again. Alright guys, I'm back. I do not know how to pause the video, so yeah. And then you take your scissors and you cut exactly how you did it before. but you don't want to shorten it up. You want to cut it as big as a paper and still overlap your picture if you have those non-glue areas. I cut along the side for ones you cannot see the base at. That way, where you want to cut, it can be there. And then you take your glue, and then you do exactly what you did before. Don't judge me.
They can't even see you. They only can see...
I don't want them to see me.
No, they only can see this. And a little bit of that picture.
Oh, sorry guys if you couldn't see what I was doing, but anyways. And if you have those extra spaces, you can overlap it if you want.
Gita!
Out! Jeez! Thanks. And there's my pictures. And I have some extra space. That way I can write what I want to write down. So I'm going to move that folder for a bit. And I'm going to write down my favorite thing. My favorite dessert. Or however you spell dessert. So, and then I'm going to draw some hearts down here. You can all do that at the end if it wastes too much time for you. I recommend I do it like this. That way I don't have to edit it anything later on. Because I like to get to do it on other things. But so yeah, you can draw hearts along here if you wanted to. And you can add little quotes here and here and here. I'm going to add the date, which is 9/14/15. So yeah. And there's one picture for your photo album, and so you can put it in your album, like this. See? And now for this picture of my cat, Phoenix. I love her. And you take your favorite photos, and you do that. So I'm going to take this paper. And I am going to see what I want to cut out of it. And so yeah. Where'd the scissors go? Sorry guys, I'm losing everything down here. And so I want to cut out right here. So I cut all along where I'm cutting. All along where you are cutting. And I like to shorten up yeah, the pictures like that. And I'm gonna put it against the corner.
Is your one outfit at your mom's that has the red and
Sorry guys, I had to cover it up. But yeah. So,
where?
in my closet. Sorry. In my closet.